bug here, a very sick, falling over bug. Man flu has attacked me. Sorry if I stop and cough to hell and stumble more than I usually do. I'm not well. But I'm not going to complain about that because people go, ah, man flu, man flu, man flu, and yeah, it is. Well, shoot me. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? Memory's fucked. The WiiU. A lot of videos been posted recently, some defending the WiiU, some attacking the WiiU, but a lot of them are basically just saying what their predictions for the WiiU will be, the future, where it will go and what will possibly happen. And I thought I would have my my say on this since I own one and am an open fan of it. But it's also, this video is also a response to Dave, my mate Dave, who poses a very interesting question, a hypothetical question that wouldn't happen, but to think about the answer. If you're a Nintendo person like myself, oh, see I can't even move my legs, then it's a posing question, and that question is this: if Nintendo decided to shit on all of their fans and their fan base and drop the Wii U, but then offer you a refund or a partial refund for the console, how would you feel about that? Would you feel, okay, fair enough Nintendo, you've been honest and you've made a mistake, or in their eyes they've made a mistake and they've reimbursed you for your trouble of buying the machine? On the other hand, of course, you could see it as an insult, because well, why would you buy the machine in the first place if you didn't have confidence in it? That's why I bought mine. I had confidence in it. It would fit my requirements. I've moved on from being a hardcore gamer. That was a long time ago, so now I needed something to fit the requirements. Saying that though, I do have another machine down there which fulfills that other requirement, and that was kind of just an accident of how that happened anyway. So what can you say about Nintendo's handling of the Wii U? It's an odd one, because it's kind of like they had an idea, and the idea is a great idea. The idea behind merging the controller with the tablet to interact with the game and all the benefits that could possibly bring is a brilliant idea, and to be honest, it works. When it's implemented in games, it works. It does work. And I think that has also been the downfall for especially the third-party developers. I don't think they can be bothered to program for it, because it is a custom chipset. It is more complex to program for than the other two next gens. And of course, it does lack the power of the other two. But then again, you go back to the previous generation, and up until a certain point, the best-selling console was the weakest in power, the Wii, because it was that innovation. Now, of course, the Wii U has Nintendo tried to move on the innovation. Yes, it's still got the Wiimote and all the stuff that the Wii had, backward compatibility 100%. So top marks for Nintendo there. And the gamepad. Now, I personally think the gamepad is an excellent innovation, but some people may think that maybe it's just too innovative. So I'm starting to sweat now. Excuse me, let me just have a sip. And roll it around my tongue. So maybe some people just can't get on with that idea. They still want the traditional controller. That's fine. The Wii U can provide hardcore games. I think it can, and I think you will see that it can. We won't see Bayonetta 2, for instance, you know. But one thing they're never going to do, Nintendo, is that they're never going to drop it. They don't do that to their fans. They don't drop shit on their fans. Well, they very rarely do anyway. They stick with their consoles all the way through thick and thin. One console they've dropped, and that's because it was underdeveloped and a health hazard. And N64 wasn't ready either, wasn't it? But I have something to do with that anyway. But anyway, the less said about the Virtual Boy, the better. But they won't do that with the Wii U. They'll stick with the Wii U. It'll be another 3-4 years, and they'll still back the Wii U, because the first party titles, of course, as we all know, I'm not going to repeat this because everyone says it, the Nintendo's first party lineup is A1, you know, the Marios and the Zeldas and the Metroids and the Donkey Kongs and so on and so on and so on. You know, they could bring back Star Fox, they could bring back F-Zero. You know, the titles are limitless to what they could do with the Wii U, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I think Smash Bros. 4 is going to be excellent. The Xenoblade Series X, that looks... Is it Xenoblade? Or Xenogears? Oh, that's the same thing. Whatever. But you know, there's some exciting titles coming up for it. And of course, I'll be honest and say, no. It is going to be third place. It is going to play third fiddle to the other big two. But I'll tell you something. Out of the two next gens that I have access to, I have made more complaints about the one that isn't Nintendo. I love them both in different ways. They're very good. But I've had more to moan about a certain product from Sony. Put it that way, and I'll leave it there. I'm not going to go on to it. So that's my thoughts on the Wii U. I think it will stick around. There will be some good titles on it. It won't be the biggest seller ever. It won't. It'll be maybe fall into the GameCube category. Probably sell more. Will it sell a lot over the next 3 years? When the first party titles come out, it will. The sales will boost. A new Zelda game will boost sales. Maybe the Donkey Kong game. The Smash Brothers certainly will. X will. If they bring back a Metroid, I mean that'll be very exciting if they do that. But we'll see. I think it's a very innovative console and it's different. And I think you've got to. I'm not going to blow smoke up Nintendo's ass, but you've got to admire Nintendo in a way for sticking with their company brand, to stick with their model and to say we want to still produce a platform for the family. They've always been about that. What does Nintendo, you know, what did the original system called? It was called Famicom, family computer. They still stand by that. They want to still stand by Famicom. They've got to obviously try and move into the hardcore gaming market. The Wii U isn't going to do that massively, but it will touch on it, and I think it will eventually prove to be a good machine. And I don't think anyone should judge it, and this goes as well for the PS4 and the Xbox One. No one should judge a machine and slag it off before they've actually played it, because too many people are guilty of that. But coming full circle to answer Dave's question, just like you, I would be angry. I would be upset if they dropped the Wii U. Because I would feel like I've been shit on. Because I've supported it. And it also feels like you said, yeah, I'll say it in a different way. Like you said, Dave, it would not be the Nintendo way. They wouldn't see it out. They wouldn't see it to the death. They wouldn't ride the storm. They want their idea to come to fruition and see what can be achieved. When people try and program properly for it, what can be achieved and where can we go with the Wii U? I think that's what they will do anyway. Obviously, they will do that. They've got too much on the line. Anyone, by the way, just to sidetrack for a second, anyone that mentions a comparison between Nintendo and Sega's finances, right? Check the figures and check the circumstances first. Nintendo aren't going to flip-flop like Sega did. They really aren't. Trust me. You do. I'm not going to start bleating out boring figures, blah, 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 and sound bites and whatever. You go and do your own research. But trust me, the Sega situation was entirely different. Nintendo are not going to just flop overnight. You know what? Sony are closer to doing that. If you look at the figures, check the figures. They are. But like I said, I'll be fuming. Oh, hang on. Let me get my words back in. Refund or no refund? I wouldn't be a happy bunny. I'd be a very angry bunny. I'd be a rabbit, I suppose. And I'd be let down by Nintendo, and I wouldn't support them again if that happened. I would just wash my hands and say, no, that's it. And then, as I've been Nintendo and Sony for so long, if I was just to wash Nintendo away, then Microsoft may have got themselves a customer. Who knows? Or maybe maybe I'd just return to the PC, even though I don't like PC gaming that much. Installations. Anyway, so to finish, sorry. I'm going to go up and off camera. I'm going to finish this thing and go throw up. I don't want to film that because then, you know, the amount of dislikes that come down there will be horrendous. See now? I don't want to cough either. Yes, fuming I would be when Nintendo if they did that, but they ain't going to do that. In reality, they ain't going to do that. But a good question. It got me thinking a lot about how would I feel about them to do that. But I feel they will ride the storm, and we will see, you know, in a couple of years what they start to come out with then, because they ain't going to be developing anything at the moment with the success of the 3DS. You know, and the Wii U, it will still sell, so it won't disappear like all the other consoles. So it's just because we have a big two at the moment, as it were. But anyway, good question. Thank you very much, Dave, for that question. It got me off my arse to make a video again, even though I look like an absolute sack of shit. So hopefully next time I see you, I will be fit and healthy and bouncing around as usual. So until then, this is Novabug, out.